Hey, Boo Boo. Well, good afternoon to you on the 13th of July 23. I've brought the camera out this evening because there's a bit of sunshine in the sky. I thought if I wait till tomorrow morning, or for example, we may lose the impact of the sunshine. It's excuse my throat. The rain and the dampness obviously is much better than the drought conditions we had, but nevertheless it's impacted a little bit on the flower, the floral arrangement itself. I wish I could remember the name of these. The butterflies and bees absolutely adore this lot. I need to put some water in there. It always misses out, this chap, from the heavy incessant rains that we've had. It's just topped in a little bit too far. But nevertheless, it looks very bonny. Look at the nasturtiums. I think we're on Witterings number 14. I'm sure we are. And as I said previously, these nemesias have done extremely well. And the other plants I put in here, these are my seeded, what do you call them, nasturtiums, and I think they've done extremely well. These will come into either yellows or reds. I don't know which is which as a seeded, but they have done exceptionally well, just like the mint here. I did say I was going to make some mint ice cream. I'll have to put that on my list. And the agarietums, they're doing very well indeed. I was up at Amaury Church today. I was up at Amaury and I thought, well, just for a silent prayer, and I thought to myself, there's a little tub outside that's not doing anything. I thought, well, Andy, why don't you take some of your plants up and stick it in the box, into the tub. Take some compost with you as well, a watering can. Don't tell anybody you've done it, and the parishioners will be absolutely overjoyed when they come to Kirk service a week on Sunday, and they'll think, my goodness, who's responsible for this lovely thing? So I go to that service. I'm going to do that actually. I think it'd be a nice gesture, a little thank you to Amaury Kirk, because it's beautiful. This is what, well, most people consider this a weed. It is a weed, in all honesty. It takes a lot of energy from the soil. But it's a dainty little plant, and I like it. It's short-fruited, what do you call it, Annie? Oh, my brain. There's the self here that I was looking for that day. Well, here's some of my own. Short-fruited willow. This one here. Comes out in a little dainty pink flower. It is edible, you know. Most people class it as a weed and pull it out immediately. The Michaelmas daisies, you see, if you don't stake them up, I've staked up most of them. You can see at the back there how they're all standing to attention because they've all been staked. This lot here wasn't staked, and you can see what happens. So it is July, so the garden tends to be slightly crazy at this time of year, doing its own thing. These asters will come out soon. These are coming into a purple floret. There's a lot of insect activity, but we can't help all the insects. They've got to have something to eat, don't they? But the daisies are absolutely marvellous, and they came out right on cue just for the start of Wimbledon. Look at these insects that they really enjoy sitting on that yellow and white bowl, you know, doing what they want to do. That's the whole point of having flowers. It brings in all the different insects onto the flora. Look at these little flies. Is it not better the fly sitting there than it is sitting on top of your butter, your jam pudding, your sponge pudding? These ones are a little bit frail, I'm afraid. They were slightly torched, and then the rains kind of, well, it's just like you having if you've been exposed to the sun for too long, you're going to end up wrinkled like that. And so they're not doing terribly well, these ones, but that said, they are a slightly different species altogether. The sweet peas, here we are. Look at the sweet peas, they're absolutely gorgeous. And these are all sweet peas here. So, sorry about the background traffic, busy time of day. But these sweet peas here there'll be dozens and dozens of these all coming into bloom in the next week or two. And then we've got the early, this begins with an I. Still can't remember the damn name, but this is absolutely adorable. It's not highly scented, I have to say, but it's absolutely loved by the butterflies and bees and whatnot. And everything's been topsy-turvy with the garden this year, I'm afraid. The weather's been so topsy-turvy. There's some plants have done very well and some have struggled altogether. But that's nature. But low vibrational music on the passing, that should be outlawed, I think. In fact, I think I'll write to my MP and ask them if they can bring in a new law that when you pass through a village you have to turn down your stereo unless they're playing the pibroch from the pipes, or indeed any sort of classical music, something recognisable, but not too what do you call it, too much percussion or anything. But these are well, the problem with these chalks, they are positioned correctly, but you can see that they get shaded enormously with these plants, and these ones I think I'll be taking a lot of these out for next year. And I think I'll be, well, the show of Michaelmas daisies is so grand. I don't like to disturb them, but I have to do something. I have to separate them a little bit, and perhaps put some around the back garden as well as here in the front. But they seem quite settled here actually, and maybe push them up to the back here a little bit. I think that's what I'll probably do. But this is fabulous. I love it. Look at that. I mean, if I had a hairstyle just like that, I'd be very proud. Mind you, I'm quite happy with my own hair. In fact, someone said to me, she said, "You've got very nice hair for someone your age." I said, "How old do you think I am?" She's 45. I says, "Okay." These calendulas are pretty as anything. Look at this. But you see how the plants, it's not completely uniform because this side has not got as much sunshine to make it grow, and something's been nibbling on it as well. Look at this chap here. Hello. What are you doing? Very welcome. I don't know who you are. Oh well, see, it's a haven for all types of insects. This is why it's important to grow flowers. Brings in all sorts to the garden. It all works in tandem. And if a bird wants to nibble at the insect, it will. These are the old bluebells. You see how they get discoloured, and then you can't pull them out until about next month, and then they start to come away quite easy. Just the dead foliage, But I'm not going to do a full wittering. It's because I've got some work to do on the garden to bring it back into some sort of shape. Everything goes completely mad in July. It's pointless trying to keep on top of it because it's just it'll just defeat you. But look at the gorgeous remnants of the honeysuckle. These will soon go to berry. I haven't had a lot of time to be spending in my garden, believe it or not, since spring. I've been particularly busy on other projects of mine, but nevertheless I'm happy to say that everything's just growing away at its own pace, and perhaps in a few days' time, when I've given it a little bit of a tidy up roundabouts and, you know, cut a few corners and edges off the where it needs to be trimmed back, I'd like to see the combination of the yellows and whites together, and then the asters will be coming out too soon. But some of my best asters won't be showing face until late August, September, but they're getting quite smothered. There's a lot to be done in this garden, to be honest, and I need to be quite brutal, and because these things, well, they're lovely, but they just spread all over the place. But they're worth spreading because they're so pretty, and they're so well, they provide so much food for the smallest insects. It's absolutely amazing. So my sage has done pretty good actually. I've been using some of this sage, to be honest, along with parsley. Some of this parsley, I've used a lot of parsley this summer actually. And my tarragon's delighted in this new spot. It's really, really happy. And of course we have the calendulas here, which are absolutely brilliant flowers. Really, really pretty flowers altogether. This one's not done very well in this corner, so what I might do, yeah, it's not done very well. It's too shaded and damp. But look how pretty this little fellow is. Which, well, he's saying, Andy, everyone else has had a great suntan, and we've been stuck in here under this chip. We've not had much sunshine, and it's terribly gloomy in here. Can you do something for us? Okay, I'll sort that for you. Actually, I'll get you out and about into the warm August sunshine, and we'll trim you back and tidy you up and give you a little dust down and save you getting any mildew and mould on you. And this little arboretum here, you can see that it's not developed correctly. So what I might do is I might take this one up to Elmarine and in the sunshine where the, in fact I will do this with the nasturtiums as well. Yes, we'll take some of these up to the I'll show you the picture when I've finished the start and the finish of it. That way you can see, well, Andy, that was very thoughtful. But yes, it's impossible to keep up with everything in life. And look at the lavender. This lavender needs to get some sunshine. I'm sorry, but it needs to go here. Yes, it's starting to bloom. That's alright. And this one here, this comes out in a blue flower. And again, it's, well, I'll tell you what it is. It's been so damn dull, dreary and wet for the last fortnight. It's, none of these plants are getting any proper healthy sunshine upon them. So, Met Office, take note. These are the stevids, and these are very, very pretty. I do love them. And having such a wealth of flowers in the garden, it means I can pick these for the gravesides, and I can go down there and I don't have to part with any pennies, which I normally do in the winter months when I'm buying floral arrangements with the local cooperative or something like that. And so there's a little insight to the garden as it's coming along here in almost middle of July, can you believe it? And this cosmos, look at this cosmos. It's a fantastic specimen. I really like it. Well, I don't think it's a he, I think it's a her. Hello, madam. Hello. I wonder what her name would be in the nature world. Florence. Yes, hello Florence. And what else have we got, Annie? Well, of course, these little geraniums, which I absolutely adore. I've always been a fan of, you know, the smallest of flowers and the smallest of insects. I've always thought about I'm a great person who I'm much more to err towards the side of the small person, you know, the underdog, those who suffer injustices in life, that type of thing. And I would rather help someone who's you know, genuinely trying their hardest in life and have come into a rough patch. I'll help them, but for these takers and greedy bastards, no, I wouldn't help them at all. Can't stand them. These are lovely flowers, aren't they, Andy? Look at you. Look at this one. That's beautiful, isn't it? Can you imagine that flower is the sort of thing you would paint a flower when you're a child? You would draw a circle with a crayon and you colour it all in this way and then use another crayon and put it around the side. So I think that's a real flower. A little insect on there as well. Anyway, that's me for the now. And yes, I better go on and get on. I've got things to do, and then I might take myself onto the mountains tomorrow. Actually, I was thinking try and get up, and if there's any rain showers or, you know, whatever comes my way, I think it'll be quite atmospheric. So I might consider doing that, actually. I might do that just for some fun. Look at you. These are not fragrant, but they are very bonny to look at, I have to say. And I have had better and more formal displays in this part of the garden in the past. That is, I can only do so much, and what really needs to happen, as I said, without repeating myself, much of these plants will have to be thinned out and find a secondary home, I'm sure. Otherwise they're going to take over and choke out everyone else. And this is the problem with the bluebells as well. They're all right, but they take a lot of energy from the ground as well. So you must put the stuff back in, hence compost heap. Right, Annie, let's get back indoors because I feel a spit of rain. I've got some washing to collect off the line. Bye bye.